Welcome back to the Illini Bears Talk. So it's a couple days after the draft, but I think it's time for a Bears draft recap and one that I think everybody's been looking forward to, uh, just given how amazing this Bears draft turned out. So, I mean, I will gladly talk about it. But Sam, why don't you kind of start us off and give us your overall thoughts on how the Bears did this draft?
Phenomenal draft. I loved it. I can't lie to you. I think we got one of the best drafts in a while. I think our draft was top three. Of course, Caleb Williams at number one. That was a known pick. Romo Dunze at number nine. That's just amazing. I knew we'd go wide receiver. I would be shocked if we didn't go skill player. And we got him. Coron. We'll talk about that later. Tory Taylor, so happy we got the best punt. I think it's overdrafting a little bit, but I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm sick of just doing the right move. It's time to draft. It's time to have some fun. And we took the
Mhm.
best punter, and then trading back up for the Kansas Edge. That was a good play. If you can develop into something, we could have a 2018 level type of defense. What do you think?
Yeah, so let's start with the punter. Obviously, first two picks hit it out of the park. Like you got the two best players at those spots when they fell. So Caleb Williams and Robodude, like if they don't pan out, I don't know. I'm not gonna blame Poles because he's made every right move in this draft. So it's really on them now to hopefully develop into the correct NFL players. It's not really fun to talk about because
Yeah,
everybody knows that like the Bears hit a home run with those two picks. So with the punter, this was maybe the most scrutinized and questioned pick by the Bears, and I kind of saw it as like a little bit of a cocky move by Poles, but like rightfully so, just given how well he's done in this offseason. But me being an analytics guy, I actually definitely see the justification for drafting Tory Taylor. So, uh, just to kind of sum it up for you, Trenton Gill is a very bad punter in the
it's a
NFL.
very
He
bad
ranks
player.
he's like yeah, I don't he's not NFL level punter in my opinion. He ranks I think 30th or 31st in net yards per punt, which is not good. And we project that Tory Taylor is a player who will add about 10 yards to our punt team. And why that's very significant is that 10 yards per punt could contribute to an additional point per game, expected points per game analytically. So, in the simplest terms possible, upgrading at punter makes your deep is worth uh, one less point conceded per game defensively because you're pinning your opponent back further. So for me, I actually think that's a very valuable and very good use of a fourth round pick versus let's say we took a developmental edge in the fourth round who isn't going to contribute to our defense right away and has a very small chance of actually uh,
Every
developing into a
skills.
starting level defender. Like this is a pick that actually will have a very big impact on our team. The most impact you probably could get from a fourth rounder out of anybody that you could have drafted.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I was ecstatic. I mean, if anyone on campus saw me, I was standing up screaming when we got Tory Taylor. I didn't think he'd actually pick him, but it was a great pick. Definitely a great pick. And just to go over pick number nine. So I know it was Romo Dunze. Hopefully he'll pan out. I was told that there was a great chance we were choosing pass catcher at number nine because of the fact that Amon St. Brown got extended to a record breaking deal as a slot receiver. And if anything, laughing at the Lions extending Amon was also a good thing because it brought to reportedly it brought to Pole's attention that if DJ Moore has another season like he did last season, he'll be requesting money like that as well, and maintaining Keenan Allen, DJ Moore would be pretty hard. So pass catcher was almost always the pick at number nine. There was insiders that were talking about how Byron Murphy at number 9 was the pick. I never bought it. There's people saying you're going to be shocked to pick number 9. I really trust my guy. I think it was always Rome Odunze. They had that was the only caveat that they wouldn't go defense with number 9 with Odunze. I don't know. Just happy for him. Hopefully those two work out. And then moving to the developmental edge, I'm really happy we took him. We have Dom Robinson at edge 2, or the guy, what's his name? Who's the other guy? The guy we got from the Titans.
DeMarcus Walker.
Oh yeah, DeMarcus Walker. He's fine, but I feel like if Austin Booker can actually develop, we'll have a very, very strong defense. People are always forgetting we started winning games because of our defense. We shut out the Vikings. They didn't even score a touchdown, and we did a lot against a lot of stuff with our defense. Our defense is very, very good. It's starting to become a little bit underrated.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I was a huge fan of the Austin Booker pick, just because I still do think we wanted to leave the draft with an additional defensive lineman or pass rusher, and Austin Booker is one of those guys. I think he's a sophomore. He didn't start for Kansas, but he's one of those guys that was projecting to trend up for his team in the next college season. So he actually, a lot of people thought he was going to go back to Kansas for his junior year. Or it might be a senior year. I can't completely remember, but a lot of people expect him to go back to Kansas and play more and kind of develop more. He decided to put his name in the NFL draft, and the Bears pick him up, and now we have a big developmental piece. Something that Daniel Jeremiah said when he got drafted was that if he did stay at Kansas for another year, he expected that he would turn into a second or early second or a late first round pick. So to me, it will never, ever hurt to take shots on guys like that, because now you have him in your building rather than him playing another year at Kansas. So now you can even develop him into the guy that you want for the year, and then hopefully turn him into a really good pass rusher, because he really does have all the tools. And just a little tidbit about Rome Odunze. There's the 1920 football drive videos that they posted. There's a pretty viral clip of Poles and Eberflus talking about a player which they didn't show, and they're like, yeah, if he's there, we're gonna grab him for sure.
That was Rome. It had to be Rome.
It has to be Rome. Yeah, I think for them it was Rome or nothing. They wanted him so badly. Ryan Poles said he resisted trading up for him, and thank God he fell to us at 9.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I knew, I was called a liar on Twitter. I was called everything, but I was told Ryan Poles was looking to trade up. He was never looking to trade down. He wants elite talent at number 9 or maybe 7 or 6. He did check in with the Chargers before the draft to see if Marvin Harrison would fall to 5, if the framework was there. And I don't know if they came to agreement or anything, but he did check in. So if the Cardinals passed on Marv or traded down, you never know. Maybe we'd have Marvin Harrison right now. But I'm still very happy we got Rome Odunze, and I think it's definitely a big deal. Then also going off Austin Booker, him not going back to college is a bad business decision by him. He could have probably 100% raised his draft stock, but it's a great thing as a Bears fan, because we got him in the 4th round or 5th. Is it 4th or 5th?
5th round.
Yeah, 5th round. Sorry. Yeah, we got him in the 5th round. So it's an amazing thing for us, and we can have him be tailored to exactly what we want. And with Matt Eberflus, just exactly how he wants him as an edge rusher, so he doesn't have to unlearn anything. And it's a very big deal. I'm very happy for that. I'm heavily looking forward to that. And then we'll move on to our 3rd round pick that hits close to home. We'll say that. We'll have Rami talk about it for a little.
Oh yeah. I'll gladly yap about our 3rd round pick if I'm not yapping enough about the others. This most Bears fans, obviously, you're very excited about Caleb and Rome, and I'm very excited about them. But this might be the pick I was most excited about in the NFL draft, and it really does hit close to home because Kuran Amagaji actually went to our high school He was a senior when we were sophomores, so 2 years older than us. And he went to Hinsdale Central. Shout out Red Devils. And during my time at Hinsdale Central, I actually worked for the football team. So I did a lot of their video and film, and I would put film together for the players. And I was actually tasked with filming all the offensive lineman reps in practice and all the offensive lineman reps, or just singling on the offensive line during the game. So when I watched Huron, like he was an unbelievable player in high school. Like I genuinely don't remember him giving up a single pressure. And I mean, he was an amazing run blocker. Like Hinsdale Central scheme was very run reliant. So he was a mauler. He's this incredibly smart person. And like I was honestly surprised that he ended up going to Yale, because I feel like he could have, if he really wanted to, he could have gone to like a Power 5 school, but maybe the recruitment wasn't quite there. And just I'm kind of yapping a little bit, but I want to put up a tweet where about 45 minutes before Kiran Amagaji was drafted, I tweeted out that the Bears were going to draft him, and I truly did believe that it would happen. And it's crazy because this guy is like a big Bears fan like us, and you saw like some of his tweets resurface from like 2020. Like he's watching the games like we were, and I talked to him about the Bears a couple times while I was working with the team. But it's so amazing that it actually ended up happening. Like I genuinely can't believe it, and I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely like a dream come true. He's actually on the Bears. I really hope he can develop. And I actually just texted him a few days ago. I was like, "You're pushing Braxton for your starting position. Like, congrats, my guy." He said congrats, or he said thank you back. So we got the response, guys. But
Yeah.
I'm very happy for him. He's really a great guy. I've seen him a couple times around the campus, but he's definitely a great guy. And I think talking about your tweet, how you mentioned Coron would go to the Bears. It's funny because I saw you tweet that. So I texted my guy, and he said they were looking deeply into drafting him in the third round. So I was like, no way. So I commented, my source agrees. It was somewhat of like a joke, but they actually did mention that he was heavily looking into drafting him because they were looking for tackle help, and they got him. So he can be easily a swing tackle, or maybe even develop into the future left tackle. That'd be amazing. But moving away from the draft, it's time to talk NFL. So with all these beautiful, cute picks, it's time to win some games. So Rami, talk to me, man. Talk to me. What's going on? What is going on with what is our win floor? I know the schedule hasn't come out. We have the fourth easiest schedule out of the whole NFL. So talk to me. How easy is it going to be? How many wins, floor, ceiling? Talk to me. Let's hear it.
All right. So I kind of was looking at our opponents in terms, and I put them into kind of like tiers. And maybe when we put in our official predictions, I'll kind of talk about it. But to me, the floor of this team has to be where we finished last season. And like if we somehow perform worse with this much improved roster from last season, so we went 7-10, that has to be the floor of this team. Like it can't, if we go under 7 wins, then something has gone horribly wrong. Either Caleb Williams got hurt, Matt Eberflus is exposed for being a horrible coach and should be fired like halfway through the season. Some catastrophic event that would put us under 7 wins. So we have to minimum get 7 wins. I think the medium, and this is where Vegas has us, is at 9 wins. So Vegas has an over under of 8.5. For me, I think we need to get to 9 wins. That has to be where this team realistically lies at, where we're hopefully in the wild card and like at worst being very competitive and just missing out on the wild card with 9 wins. And I truly believe in Caleb's rookie season that just given the amount of talent around him, given that this is an unprecedented situation for a number one overall pick to be in. Like, this is unprecedented. We will never see this probably in a very
Never,
long time.
never happened
Like,
again.
like to
Three
me,
ones.
yeah, he could easily become like the best rookie quarterback ever, and that I don't think that's like a outlandish thing to say. So to me, the ceiling is a team that wins the division. Like, I truly believe that this team has the capabilities to compete in the NFC North, and if anything, I think we have a good shot. Like, I would really not even be that surprised if we end up this season as NFC North champions.
Mm, okay. So you took the conservative route, saying that we would be 7-win floor. So unfortunately, as a former Fields truther, 7 wins will definitely not cut it for me. I know that's the floor. I think the floor is 9 wins. And if you really want my opinion, if Caleb Williams is the real deal, which I really hope he is, I think he will be as well with how the draft played out. I think we're getting 12 wins. I think it's almost like a foregone conclusion. We'll be getting 12 wins. I think if he really is like who he is, and I think he is Caleb Williams, so I think we should get 12 wins. There's not really a single weak spot in our team. Our biggest weak spot is our edge, our second edge, which we drafted a very, very pro-ready edge. So I think we'll get 12 wins. I'll be on the record for saying getting 12 wins. I think, especially with how easy our schedule is, I think it's very easy to get to that win number.
Yeah,
We'll see. I guess it'll be very. It's
course.
very interesting though. You have to see how the schedule is aligned because, like, if we have 3 away games or a home game versus a very easy team, then away game versus a very good team, it definitely matters. But and then like our London game, like there's a lot of stuff that's in factor. But I'm just mentioning when we're playing in London against the Jaguars, we are not losing that game. Trevor Lawrence sucks. He is not a franchise QB. He will.
All right, well, we'll see
By
about
the way,
that. But
you can quote me on this. Trevor Lawrence will sign a record-breaking contract in 2 months, maybe less. In a month and a
do you
half,
need to
he'll
check your watch to figure out the time?
No, I've heard that Trevor Lawrence will sign a record-breaking contract. He'll be the highest-paid QB in the NFL when he signs it. That is a grave mistake, genuinely grave mistake. It will happen. You can quote me on it. It will 100% happen, and I will be the first one to say overpay. I'll be the first one in the comments to say this was an overpay. He's not worth all of it. That's definitely for another time, but I just don't think Trevor Lawrence anywhere near it.
If he's a top 8 quarterback in the league, that I would like. I know you're more, bullish or maybe more conservative about Trevor Lawrence and what you think of him. If he's the highest paid quarterback in the league like that, that would be a huge mistake by the Jaguars. I could
It's
not
gonna
get
happen.
behind that.
It will happen. Trust me, Rami. Like it's a foregone conclusion. He will be the highest paid QB in the league, and I think that is a mistake. I don't think he will ever be top 3 nor top 5. And this QB market is getting insane. Like I understand if he gets paid in like the top 6 or 7, that's fine. He's nowhere near top 6 in my opinion, but that's understandable. But I think he's like a top 13 QB. If he was hyped up way more than Caleb Williams coming out of the draft. If Caleb plays like him, I'll be very sad. I mean, I know we'll be the best QB in our Bears history, but it's not good enough. I really hope Caleb Williams will be like Andrew Luck. Hoping, man. Really hoping.
Yeah. No, I think like we want to go down that route. If he was to end up on the same Trevor Lawrence trajectory, I think it would be disappointing. And I think like situation matters so much in this league. You can think that Trevor Lawrence was a better prospect than Caleb Williams, and that's fine. It's inarguable that if Caleb Williams ends up like Trevor Lawrence, that's an extreme disappointment. Like that's not because the expectations on Caleb Williams should be higher than what Trevor Lawrence has. Because
I mean, it is because like
with the situation that he has around him.
100%. I mean, Caleb Williams' situation is the best situation. Like in your viral tweet, his situation is one of one. Like at the end of the day, I'll give Trevor Lawrence the benefit of the doubt. He had Urban Meyer as a head coach, like that is unbelievable. His GM is a joke. The president is a joke. The team sucks. It's the Jaguars. Like he went to one of the worst organizations. Like Caleb is going to a top tier organization that just all they haven't had was a quarterback, and now they have a top 15, 13 O line, number one wide receiver core. There's not a wide receiver core better than the Bears in the NFL right now. Top 10 tight end, maybe even top 7. He has everything. Best punter in the league already. He hasn't even played a snap. He's the best punter.
Yeah,
like,
best punter in the league, baby.
We have a very reliable kicker, very, very good defense, best linebacking core in the league as well. Mediocre D-line, doesn't really matter that much. It's very developmental. It's raw. Safeties are good. Best cornerback in the league, like number 1 ranked cornerback last year. We have a super team, Ramen. We're here with the super team. Like you guys don't even remember back in 2022 with Trevor Siemian playing games against the Jets. You guys weren't there. You guys weren't there to witness it.
No, don't even bring it, dude.
It's a new era, man.
That roster, by the way, just for what Poles has done in like 2 years, I mean, he got like, you can't deny he got lucky. There is an element of luck that he had that most GMs wouldn't have when they're rebuilding a team. But to see that 2022 roster where it is now, like, I mean, oh my God. Like I was celebrating Dante Pettis. Like I was watching Dante Pettis highlights. And now like
you're lucky you got to watch Dante Pettis. Simba Webster was the wide receiver 1 against the Jets. I was there for it.
Yeah.
Oh my man,
I mean, Chase Claypool also had like a big catch in that game, and then
I know it's against Sauce Gardner.
That was like his one highlight ever. That and the Bucks catch for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems very clear. Your expectations are very high in season number 1. I just can't go to the 12 wins route simply because, like, no matter what, a rookie quarterback is a rookie quarterback. Caleb Williams is different. He's number 1 pick. We all agree. But there's going to be growing pains. Like, and I think I've said this many times. Like, I want to make sure that the Bears let Caleb make his mistakes in year 1 rather than just like trying to make him mask his mistakes right away. And if that leads to more interceptions, more boneheaded plays, get it out of him in his rookie season, I'm fine with that. But another thing, 12 wins is like, I could see this team being a 12-win team, maybe in other divisions, but just given how hard the NFC North is, and to get to 12 wins, you probably do have to go get 5 wins in your division, or 4 to 5 wins.
We're sweeping the Vikings. We're sweeping the Lions, and we'll split with the
I hope, but it's a competitive division. Like nothing.
The Vikings, we suck. I'm sorry. If JJ McCarthy topples Caleb Williams, I'm done with this team. Lions, we should really sweep them. We should have swept them last year with Justin Fields. It's a different story now. Our team is miles better.
Well, hopefully,
so it's time. It's time. It's definitely interesting times in the Windy City for sure.
Also, quick note about JJ McCarthy. I don't know. I was like going through FanDuel. I'm not a betting man myself. It's like you like to. I know I'm quoting you, but I don't really like to bet. But I saw a very interesting line that I was very confused about, which is JJ McCarthy's over/under on yards thrown, passing yards in the season is 3,075. That's a lot. Like that's average. Even if he started every single game, that's averaging close to 180 yards a game. And I don't think he's even going to start. Like, there's no way he starts every game. He's not going to go into the season as a starter for the Vikings. There's going to be Sam Darnold, right? So even if to that point, like if JJ even ends up starting the majority of the season, like 10 games, he has to average 300 yards passing. So if you want free money,
by Justin Jefferson, but I don't think so.
Yeah, if you need free money, I would hit up that line on FanDuel. Very surprised by it.
Good find, Mr. Kadri.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, that will conclude Illini Bears talk. We will definitely get into more concrete season predictions hopefully in the next episode, and we can break that down for you. But very exciting times, as Sam said, and thank you for watching, everybody.